Pool Pros! QuickBooks can mean the difference between making it or not, and in my opinion, is the most important tool you can have. Most questions you'll have in the future, like can I invest in better tools, can I buy a service vehicle, or can I hire a tech, can be answered by thoroughly having dialed in QuickBooks. I'm going to show you a video of me setting up QuickBooks for a business that I started named Shelve It, but all the information is the same for your pool service. So click the link below this video and follow along. Let's go. We're going to go ahead and jump in the computer and get started with QuickBooks. So if you don't have QuickBooks yet, this is a very good time to start. If you're pre-revenue, meaning that you don't have any money coming in and you can't afford this, I understand, but try to do it as quickly as possible, because Books is going to be able to tell you a lot of information about your business. Can you hire? Can you buy upgraded equipment and tools? Can you get a new computer? Can you buy another service vehicle? All that's going to be able to be told to you through your QuickBooks. And if you don't have QuickBooks, you're just going to have to make those decisions off of feeling, how you feel about your business, which works as well. But I'm telling you, as soon as you can, get QuickBooks, get set up on Books so you have all this information. In the description down below, there is a link, and in that link is going to bring you right here. We're just going to scroll down a little bit here. The simple start is actually a little different from the rest. It's kind of catering towards sole proprietors. So I do suggest going with the essential plan. Now, if you do go with the simple start, everything's going to be pretty much the same, but you'll notice slight differences and that you can upgrade at any time. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this plan, and then they're going to ask you if you want to add payroll, which is optional. I'm going to hit continue without. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add your email address, a password, and then a phone number. And then it's going to be one more step. That one more step is setting up your business credit card, because you are going to have to pay. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll meet you in the other side, which is the dashboard. Every time that you log back into your QuickBooks, this is going to be your dashboard. This is what it's going to look like. Over here on your left-hand side, you could see all the different prompts. You're going to be using these quite a bit, but we'll go over those as we go along. Over here, what I want to do first is I want to hit this little gear icon. When I hit it, manage accounts and settings. Over here, you have your company name, your legal name, and your EIN or social security number. And then you could also enter your logo here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Save. All right, now I'm going to put in Shelve It. Go ahead and enter your EIN and then hit save. So that information is in there for you. Okay, go ahead and exit out of that and go back to your dashboard. All right, so first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and link our banking account, and then you over here, your banking and services, and you can see this prompt right here. Just hit link account. And now this is going to look different from your guys' stuff, because I don't know what bank you have, but if you have your bank here, go ahead and enter that. Because this is sensitive information, I'm going to go ahead and do mine, and then I'll meet you on the other side. Now all my bank accounts, my checkings accounts, my savings accounts, my credit card accounts, everything that I use for my business, nothing that I use for my personal is now set up on QuickBooks. All right, so let's go ahead and set up the customers. And what you want to do is over here, customers and leads, select that. All right, so I don't have any customers to import. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit add customers, and I'm just going to start punching in my first customer. So what I'll do right here is I'll just do Elon Musk. Once you're all done, hit save. What I want to do is to show you how to get to your customers again. Hit your customer leads, and then all your customers are going to be here. This is where all your customers live in alphabetical order. Now let's go into line items. All right, so now let's go back into Elon Musk. You're gonna see this information here. And then what you could do is top right, I want to invoice him out. So you hit this top right and then hit invoice. And now you're going to be able to basically just go in and fill all this out. Products and services, descriptions, quantity, bingo, bango, bongo. We're going to go into terms, invoice date, and due date. But what I want to do first of all, because this is the new version of it, I like the old layout. So I'm going to click up here and hit old layout. The new layout is just, it looks like an invoice. It looks like a PDF invoice, and you could go in there and select it and change it. What I want to do though is I like this version of it because it's a little bit more old school, but it also makes it look a little back in, and I just like it. So I'm going to keep it. Okay, so up here, you're gonna see the customer. You can change your customer using their customer email address. Basically, when you set up the customer, put their email address in there. It makes your life a lot better. Billing address and terms. Let's go over terms real quick. So the terms are when this invoice is actually going to be due. So again, the customers that have the MRRs, or the monthly recurring revenue customers, so like pool service, pest control, home cleaning, window cleaning, even carpet cleaning, someone that has landscaping, maid service, home cleaning services, someone who has reoccurring services every single month. When you invoice them out for their monthly bill, you may want them to have a net, either a net 15, a net 30. You could change it to a net 1, whatever it is. It's basically saying that when you receive this invoice, you have X amount of days to pay it. I always did a net 15, so I would bill out in the middle of the month and then give them a net 15 so they could wait all month, have all my services be complete, and then pay their invoice. Or you could have a due on receipt. So I would suggest repairs if you have the MRR customers, due on receipt if you're doing a repair, or if you're doing just your normal job as far as like a garage door repairman, appliance repairman, HVAC, plumbing, house painting, whatever it can be, that would be more of a due on receipt. You do a job, you invoice them out. Once they receive that invoice, then they go ahead and it's due. All right. Invoice date, invoice due date, that all auto populates. This is your invoice number. You could put tags on it, but we're just going to go focus solely right here, which is the products and service description, quantity, rate, and amount. And when you first click on it, you're going to select down and it's going to have add new hours or services. So what I want to show you how to do the first way, or one way, I want to show you how to create line items. So these are line items within QuickBooks, and you're going to want to have everything you do is going to have a different line item. It's just going to make your reports better down the road. May not make much sense right now, but once you have a lot of information in your QuickBooks, 3 months, 6 months, even 1 month, whatever, you can start running reports. And the way that you're going to have really solid reports is if you have line items. There are 2 different ways that you could set up a line item. You could go in this way and hit this little drop down under products and services and then hit add new. So let's go ahead and add services. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna name this installed. We're gonna just put this installed, okay? And now you could hard enter your price. Let's say that installed is 130 for that specific install, and then save and close. Now what's going to happen, let's get rid of this. Now what's going to happen is every time you come over here under products and services, you're going to see installed and you can hit it and it's going to be for that 130. Great, right? Now there's another way that you can do it. If you exit out of the invoice, go ahead and exit that. There's a little gear icon up here on the top right. And then over here, you could see products and services under lists. Hit that. And boom, there they are. After this video, or after you've done catching up on all your invoices, or whenever you want to do this, come into this section and just start adding your line items. Hey, I'm going to need this in the future. Hey, I'm going to need that. Hey, don't forget about this and this and this, and just set all of this stuff up so it's ready to go for you. But in this particular case, we're just going to go over to your customers, find Elon Musk again, touch that, hit invoice out. All right, so we're gonna drop down, we're gonna hit installed, that's 130. Now I want to add in another one. And what we're gonna do is we're just going to say, let's say that a part. So I'm physically selling my customer a part. We'll call it the shelf part. And that part is going to be $50. You could add all this other SKU and category and all that information. Now, for your customers or for you service professionals that reach your customers every single month, let's go ahead and add a monthly service. So you're there every month or every week or whatever the case may be. And then we'll put that in there for, let's say 125. Save and close. Okay, so once we hit here, monthly service, it populates there 125 and then 125 here. So I hope that this makes sense. On the items that you're selling multiple of, even if it's cleaning windows or carpets, square footage, painting, whatever it is, if it has more than one, choose that quantity or hard enter that quantity. That way, after the month, the quarter, the year, whatever it is, you could go in and see how many you actually did, as opposed to it just being one job. You could see how many, how many items you actually, or the quantity of items. Okay, so getting back on track, check my terms, net 30. I don't want it to be a net 30. I want it to be a due on receipt. It's going to be $550. We're going to go ahead and hit save and send. And then this is stuff that you could design in and make this custom. But anyways, we're just going to go ahead and send it. All right, so now that that is done saving, if you go back here, you will see that the invoice was created, number 102, Elon Musk. You could have a memo there, the amount of 505, and then it's due today. So let's say that I'm at the house and the customer gives me a check or cash or even credit card. I'm going to show you how to receive that. It's very simple over here. Hit receive payment. It's going to drop down this window and then you're going to have your payment method. Okay. So drop that. It's going to have cash, check, or credit card. Wish they allowed Dogecoin, but they don't at this time. I'm going to go ahead and select check because I want to put in a reference number. The check that Elon Musk gave me was 69, and then deposit to, hit this drop down, and on that drop down you're going to see all your bank accounts, and select the bank account that you're physically going to take these checks or these this cash to the bank and say, hey, can you please deposit this into that account? It's all going to have to match. Everything has to line up. So select that bank and then hit save and close. All right, and there you have it. So you have your payment, so you have your invoice 102 of the 505, you have the payment, check number 69 from Elon Musk, $505, and you can see that there is no open balance or no overdue balance. And again, just to recap over here, you could hit this, product and services, and now just start entering all the services, all the line items, all the things you can think of. You may have to remove some in the future. Very simple to do stuff. You just hit edit and then make inactive and then hit yes. And now it is gone. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this or got something from it. I do think that QuickBooks is a great way for you to acquire knowledge on your business. If you don't have books, if you just write things down on a piece of paper, if you don't have the information that you need. And I promise you, you may not think much of it now, but in the future, you're going to be able to run reports that you never thought imaginable, and it's going to provide you a lot of information. So that's QuickBooks.